Our next point of learning is absolute versus relative fitness. And like me, you're probably thinking, wait, there's different types of fitness? I thought fitness was just survival of the fittest and that the strongest animals survive. The more correct term, as we learned, is survival of the good enough. An organism just has to be good enough to survive long enough to reproduce and pass along their genes to the next generation. Now let's move on to what is the difference between absolute and relative fitness. To explain this difference, we will introduce this orange cat and first define absolute fitness. This one orange cat will symbolize a mated pair and will produce 3 offspring. This orange cat would have an absolute fitness of 3 due to the 3 offspring that the cat passed its genetic information to. Now to compare absolute fitness versus relative fitness. You may think like I did and think they can't be too different, but they are. To explain, we will reintroduce the orange cat and their 3 offspring, but also introduce 2 new different cats along with their offspring. Look at all 3 different groups. In relation to the other cats and their offspring, the relative fitness of the orange cat differs from its absolute fitness. Relative to the other cats, our orange cat has a very low relative fitness because our other 2 cats produced much more offspring than our orange cat did. If we put the absolute fitness and relative fitness examples next to each other, it is very clear to see the difference between the two. Seeing the orange cat and its offspring next to the other 2, it is easy to see how the orange cat's absolute fitness and relative fitness differ. Now that we understand the difference between absolute and relative fitness, let's move on to our next point of learning.
Created using Powtoon.